Hello there everyone, it is me newtonkinz, and I'm back with a video that I've been wanting to make for a while, and I finally have some time to do it, so here we go. Today's video is going to be, if you can't tell by the title, I spoiled Dear Darkness. So for those of you who don't know, I had a Webkinz series on my channel back in like 2017, I think, called Dear Darkness. And because I kind of just, got caught up in life and, growing up and other things, not having time for KinzTube, I never finished it. Big sad. So today I'm going to be doing an I Spoil for it. And this was heavily inspired and encouraged by Magic Panda, so go check out her video of, she has her own series and her own characters. She did a video called I Spoil the Organization. So go check that out, because that was really good, and that's like a lot of where my inspiration's coming from. So yeah. Also, a bit of a disclaimer, the traditional way that people do I Spoils is through animation. Don't have a ton of, background in animation. I've messed around with FireAlpaca a little bit, but I have never done, keyframing or anything on Power Director. I'm not entirely sure what this video is going to look like as of now, because I'm kind of just, recording things first, and then we go back and, edit around, pictures and stuff. So, I don't know if this will be, animation, or if it'll just be, crappy drawings in my commentary. I don't know. So, I hope you enjoy either way, even if this isn't, a traditional I Spoil video. But you know what? We're gonna go with it. Once upon a time, there was a German shepherd named Erica. She was married to a penguin named Mort. They had a daughter named Sylvia, an African wild dog. One day, the family was out for a car ride with Mort driving. Suddenly, the car crashed. Mort was ejected. He was he did not survive. Sylvia and Erica were very sad. Sylvia was a small child at the time, and this was traumatic to witness. Sylvia continues on with life. One day, she is asleep when a shadowy figure appears to her in a dream. The figure's all like, "Hey, there are some secrets you don't know about. You should go down to the basement and find a journal. They're waiting for you." The next morning, Sylvia goes downstairs to the basement, and what does she find? Whoa, it's a journal! Wow! Sylvia flips through the journal a bit, and she comes across an entry written by Mort about Erica. He writes that Erica had been seeing another guy, a cow named Maurice, while Mort was still alive. Sylvia is very upset that Erica has dishonored her dad. She runs upstairs and confronts Erica and is all like, "Yo, what the heck is going on? Why didn't you tell me this before?" And Erica's just like, So then Sylvia goes up to Erica and puts her hands on Erica's shoulders in desperation, which is when something strange happens. She is suddenly able to see a bunch of Erica's memories as if they were her own, and feels the strong emotions connected to them. Erica pushes Sylvia away. Sylvia is frightened and confused. "No, you're kidding me," Erica says. "What?" Sylvia asks. "You're one of them," Erica hisses. "There are people born with special powers, terrifying powers that are frowned upon in society, and you're one of those people." Sylvia then gets yeeted out the door and is disowned by her one remaining parent, forced to fend for herself on the streets. Sylvia is off by herself when she hears a noise behind her. She turns around to see the same shadowy figure from before standing there looking at her. The figure has a black flower pendant around her neck. Whoa, I wonder if that'll be important later on in the story for any reason at all. "Who are you?" Sylvia asks. "You can call me Rosalina," the figure says. "Oh, by the way, I'm going to stand here ominously and remind you of all the crappy things that have just happened to you so that I can stir up an emotional response and hopefully push you to a breaking point in your life and turn you against everyone." Sylvia doesn't trust this Rosalina figure. Rosalina doesn't like that Sylvia doesn't trust her. She does some fancy-dancy magic on Sylvia by putting a hand on her shoulder. This brings back vivid memories of all the pain that Sylvia has gone through in her childhood. Sylvia doesn't like this. She then realizes that this fancy-dancy magic is the same type of power that she has unintentionally used on Erica. Sylvia magics Rosalina back. Her counterattack works. Rosalina is shocked. "You're stronger than I thought you were," she says. "Get out of my life," Sylvia threatens. "Fine, okay, but I'll be back later because that's how plots work," Rosalina says. Before she leaves, she drops the flower pendant. "You dropped your necklace," Sylvia says to absolutely no one because Rosalina is clearly gone at this point. She then picks up the necklace and puts it on. Erica and Maurice soon have a child, a golden retriever named Victor. And this will definitely end up becoming a cliche moment later in the story when Sylvia and Victor meet and have no idea that they're related, but their backstories intertwine because haha, wow, that's just how everything works apparently. Victor has a pretty decent childhood. His best friends are a cheetah named Nathan and a snow leopard named Cade. One day, some years later probably, Erica and Maurice are fighting. Erica storms out of the house. She does not come back. Victor is sad. One day, he is laying in bed when he hears a voice from the mysterious shadowy figure. "Why don't you run away from home?" it tells him. "Sure, I don't hear any better ideas," Victor shrugs. He climbs out a window and sneaks away without Maurice noticing. Victor wanders around for a while in the city when he runs into Sylvia. Whoa, 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 whoa! I bet absolutely no one saw that coming! Sylvia and Victor have a brief staring contest. Sylvia doesn't like this, so she pulls out a stabby. Victor is scared by this, so he does the sensible thing and runs away and calls the police to report the attempted stabbing. The end. No, wait, that would be way too easy. There's no plot development there. "Who are you and what do you want?" Sylvia asks, still holding the knife. "I'm Victor," Victor responds, "and I'm about to share my tragic backstory with you and tell you about how my mom abandoned me and my family because I don't want you stabbing me, so maybe this will somehow work." "Wow," Sylvia says, "my mom also abandoned me as a child. What a weird coinky-dink. Hey, maybe instead of me stabbing you, we should team up and get revenge on everyone who wronged us." "Okay," Victor agrees because absolutely no one saw this coming. Sylvia is then somehow able to start her own evil incorporation inside a small office building downtown. She and Victor work on a ton of evil technology projects together for some amount of time. Sylvia's thirst for revenge continues to grow all the while. One day, Sylvia is talking about her newest project to Victor. "I have invented a machine that will transform people into cyborgs who are programmed to do whatever I say." She conveniently doesn't mention the part about wanting to use the device on Victor. Victor leaves the office building for the night. Sylvia stays behind and lets out an evil laugh in order to confirm that she is indeed the villain of the series. Neither of the two notice Rosalina watching everything quietly from the corner of the room.